Hello. Today we're going to tour. Oh, that's the wrong thing. We're gonna tour the boys' new school because I know a little while ago I said I was gonna homeschool, which was totally the intention. And then my husband and I came up with another plan because we did, and we decided to switch their schools and see how it goes at this new school. So today we are going to go tour said school. They, I guess, set up this thing where you can go into the school early so that if you've never been there before, you can like look around and know your way around, and your kids can be a little bit more comfortable, which I think is a genius idea because it's intimidating walking into a new school and you don't know where you're going. But that's what we're going to do. You can probably hear them screaming because they're in the next room. They're supposed to be getting ready. I've only said it 75 times today. I haven't said it 76 times. So, that's probably why they aren't listening to get ready. They're all excited. They want to go, which was shocking because they asked me to homeschool. But I think a summer of just mom has bored them. We've done stuff, but no other parents really, where I am, no other parents really, they all work. Nobody wants to go out during the day. And we went to a couple homeschool meetings and literally nobody showed up to them, and it was just super disappointing for my kids. So they're really excited to go back to school. They're really excited to start at the school next to close to us. Instead of the one that's far away. They're super excited to go to a school where they can ride their bikes, which is good because it's good. I was going to talk about, we have been in America for 1 year, almost to the day. So I thought it would be fun to make this video about the stuff that I miss and the stuff that I don't miss. Hold on. I had to look at my notebook because I forgot it. Because I made a list of stuff. This is not everything either. It just is things. Okay. So these are the things that I hate about being back after leaving the country, after living in Japan for 3 years. These are the things that I was not happy to come back to, and a year later, still not happy to come back to. One is the highway. The highway in Japan is different, but the same. It's all tolls, which sucks because you're paying for the toll. But most of your drive is going to be in the city or in the country or in a mountain. The amount of times I've driven up mountains, just stunningly beautiful mountains. And since we've lived here, any mountain that I have to go to, any city, you have to take the highway. And I don't like that you have to take the highway. I don't like it's less tolls is nice, so you're paying less to drive places, but the highway's just, and I live in a very green state, so whatever. I hate it. Something that I love is easy online returns or in-store returns. If I order something from PacSun, I can walk it into the store and return it, and that's really nice. Japan, I've returned something one time. And the lady looked me in my eyes and said, "This is fine this time," in Japanese. Said, "It's fine this time. Don't do it again." And you leave the store feeling like you just got scolded. And so you don't do returns. They just don't, it's not the same. They don't do returns. And because they don't do returns, their thrift stores be popping. Thrifting in Japan is amazing, but it was always really sad. You have to try it on in the store. You have to be prepared to not be allowed to return something when you buy it. And that sucks. Online returns here, so freaking easy. Something else that I still don't like, I came back to America and was like, wow, grocery stores like Fred Meyer, Walmart, Target, super overwhelming. They don't really have a lot of stores like that. Don Quixote is kind of like that. It has like a little grocery store section, but it's mostly like stuff. They don't have any big box stores like Walmart where you can buy everything that you could ever possibly need right there in that store. And when I came back, that felt super culture shockish. And I just went to mostly smaller grocery stores because it just felt better, less overwhelming, less crazy. And I didn't spend as much time in the store. Like spending 3 or 4 hours in a store is super overwhelming for me because that's what it felt like I was doing. And like the grocery stores in general are just smaller. It doesn't take me as long to get through the grocery store in Japan, where here it took a really long time. So I really started to love Trader Joe's because it's a smaller grocery store, even though it's literally always packed to the brim with people. Even on like the weirdest day of the week, it's packed to the brim, filled with people, and it's overwhelming. I still prefer that over a giant box store. Something that I missed being gone was, something I missed was having a garage. I didn't realize I missed having a garage so much, but I freaking missed having a garage. Everything was always in our backyard because we didn't have one. Everything felt like it was all over the place. At least now stuff can go in the garage, and we put stuff at the top, like above the rafters. I don't know if that's what that's called, actually. We like have planks of wood, and then above the plank of wood is stuff, suitcases, stuff that we just don't need, which before was shoved into a closet upstairs and took up a lot of room. And I just really missed having a garage, having a space for our tools. I say my husband's tools. Missed that. And it's not the case everywhere, but there just aren't that many garages. Usually you get like a parking space. Like we got a parking space, and that parking space, the rest were just shared parking spaces, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Technically here we only have one parking space too, but we also have a garage, so it feels like we have 2 parking spaces. Something I don't like here is not walking everywhere. I had worked my workout into my day so heavily that I was like walking without even going to the gym, without even trying. Just the grocery store, the kids' activities, blah, blah, blah. I was walking 5+ miles a day, easily 20,000 steps, easily 5 miles every single day, if not just 5 days a week. And then we were staying busy on the weekends, so like every day, at least 20,000 steps. And I had just worked it into my schedule like that because I'm walking to the grocery store every couple of days. I'm walking to the kids' activities every couple of days. I walk them to school. I walk after. I walk to the parks. I walk to pick them up from school. Blah, blah, blah. Just walking everywhere. I miss that so much. Driving everywhere feels more exhausting and more time consuming, and I don't know why it feels more time consuming because I don't think it actually is, but that's how it feels. So I really miss walking everywhere. I'm trying to incorporate it again, but like walking to the store from my house is incredibly inconvenient. I could ride my bike, but also inconvenient. There's nowhere for me to park my bike when I get there. There's nowhere for me to hook anything up, like to protect my bike from being stolen. So I don't know. But I am walking more. I just have to carve out time to do it, and I don't like that. I'd rather just be working to my daily routine. I have 3 kids and 2 dogs, and finding time for myself is really hard. Something I love about America is every store carries my size, which is like something that I will forever appreciate. Every store carries my size. And I went to Europe once as an adult, and every store I went to there carried my size as well. So this definitely, I'm sure, is true other places. But in Japan, a lot of stores are one size fits all. And if you know, one size does not fit all. So many, not just boutiques, but like box stores I walked into. Like there's a store called Daiei, and at the top of Daiei is a clothing store. Most of their stuff is one size fits all. Even their shoes sometimes are one size fits all. I've seen one size fits all shoes more often than I should have. And it's gonna be a no for me, dog. It was really hard to not be able to, I mean, it was great for my wallet, but it was really hard when I needed something to have to buy it online, and then buy it online, it comes in, it's the wrong size, it doesn't fit right, doesn't do it right, and then returns take 700 years, and you gotta pay extra postage because whatever. I did find a couple of plus size stores, but they were usually like really niche plus size stores, so it was nothing like the clothes that I usually wear. So it was a lot of online shopping if I needed anything. I'm gonna do my eyeliner really quick. Okay. Another thing is when we were over there, both my husband and I really grew an appreciation for tea. My husband really loves green tea. I'm not a huge fan. It's gotta be sweet, okay? It's gotta be sweet. I need honey or sugar.
Oh, yeah, my unicorn hat.
Hold on. Okay. So my husband and I both really fell in love with tea while we were there. We found this little tea place called The Und in Machida, Japan. Machida Kanagawa. Oh my goodness gracious. I had to help put on some undies. But so he loves like green tea. Not so much, we're both not really fans of matcha, but I like matcha, but it has to be sweet. It just tastes like grass to me. But I did fall in love with lemongrass tea. It's my favorite tea I've ever had in my entire life. It's so good. I'm not a fan of like flower teas. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't taste good to me. But lemongrass tea, and I haven't been able to find it anywhere. I actually went to a tea maker, and I was like, and I was talking to them, and she was like, the closest thing we have to lemongrass tea is lemon tea, and if you've ever had lemongrass tea, you know the furthest away you can get is lemon tea. It's just not the same thing. And I have a little bit left that I have been conserving and using sparingly. But that is sad. Falling in love with something in another country that is hard to find when you move is sad. It's sad and it's hard, and it feels like a comfort is taken away. Something that made me comfortable. Something that helped me wind down. It's hard to find now. That's hard to deal with. I'm sure anybody who's moved totally feels what I'm saying. If you haven't moved or you haven't traveled, I'm sure you're like, yeah, whatever. Because that's kind of how I felt before. It's like, oh, that sucks, but it's not that big of a deal. Now every time I look in my cabinet to get out lemongrass tea and there's only like a smidge left, I'm like, dang. And the place that I got it from, this teensy tiny little family-owned business. They don't ship worldwide. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Okay, I'm gonna put my eyelashes on. Okay, here's my ears itchy. My allergies are bad, so my ears are itchy. I don't know if anybody else gets itchy ears when they have allergies, but this is my look for going to the kids' school in about 2 hours. Not this outfit. But I worked out this morning and I haven't changed yet. Nothing crazy, just a little bit of Pilates. I was sick all weekend, but this is my super simple little makeup look, and I'll spray some sunscreen over it. I need to get some setting spray. If anybody has any suggestions for setting spray, that'd be great. I haven't used it in 7 or 8 years. But I would also love to hear stories if anybody else who's going to watch this has gone abroad and, you know, away from home and then back to home. What do you guys miss? What do you want to go back to? Do you hate something from over there and you're so happy that you don't have to deal with that in your own home where you feel at home? Anyways, I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. I hope that you remember that you can do something for yourself today and feel good about yourself and feel good to be alive today.